Here we go. There he's taking the first cat block off. Building us a raised garden. It's the first cat block. Woohoo! Look at all them blocks we gotta move. Well, we're going to make a raised garden bed here. We're going to make a raised bed there to put tomatoes, grow tomatoes in next year. I don't know where she's going to get the dirt to fill it with. We'll come up with it somewhere, I guess. Probably think I'm crazy for using concrete blocks, but it was cheaper than landscaping timber. Been throwing the compost in there. It'll be dirt before you know it. I can remember it wasn't long and these were pretty heavy. I guess I built up my muscles a little bit. I need to pull that out of the way. Here's part of our dirt right there. There's some more right there. We gotta mulch that up. And there's some more out there in the front. It's gonna be 60 degrees this week. I'm gonna rake some more leaves up while he fixes his tractor. Mulch up some of these little limbs too. Have to get the mulcher out though. We already had those concrete blocks that are there. Now we just had to add to it. Take it way on out that way. And there's Chester. He's going to help us. Sheen out of the way. Gotta be even. I've been telling him it's time to quit. It's break time. It's time to quit for the night. It don't have to be done tonight. But no, he insists we gotta clean that out. I guess he wants me to fill the dang thing back up tomorrow. He's gonna work me to death again tomorrow. That's what he's saying. He's gonna work me again tomorrow. He's gonna work me to death again tomorrow. Of course I'm a slacker.
He's undependable sometimes too.
Of course I'm undependable. He comes up with some ridiculous long work hours. It's like he doesn't know we're retired. We don't have to do it all today. We got tomorrow.
And hell, it'll quit raining, and then it'll dry out again, and it'll get warm again. We'll have good days and bad days for the winter, same as we always do. I can barely get that thing filled up before he empties it back out and makes me fill it back up again. Lord have mercy, he's trying to work me to death.
Put these cap blocks in,
And then we'll fill it up again.
move it back down till we fill it
Yep.
back up.
Right.
It's gonna rot down pretty quick, and
Yeah, it is.
it's gonna have to fill it several times. And this here really needs some more compost in it right now to be able to plant tomatoes in this fall, I'm afraid. I think it'll have a hard time growing.
We're gonna have to get some more. We're gonna have to get some cow manure from someplace.
Well, I don't know what we're gonna get, but
Scraps. Yeah, that pile of leaves was way out here when we started. That pile of leaves was out here. And I still say we were bringing that.
do you want to drive your tractor and put it up?
No, that's too much. It's too complicated right now.
These are my raised garden beds. I have 2 of them. I primarily raise tomatoes and bell peppers in these. Now I start these plants by seeds every year and raise my own from seeds. A whole lot cheaper. But as it started, we made our first raised bed in the shade. And the plants grew, but they never produced any tomatoes. The blossoms would never pollinate and make tomatoes. And what I can read, that it was not getting enough sunshine. So we added another one, this one here. And we thought, well, we just leave that one and we'd put in some cold crops, lettuce or some other something that wouldn't require much sunshine or early. And so we did that, but we never used it. It never was tried to plant lettuce in it or whatever, but it didn't worthwhile. So we took and moved that one then over to here. So then we have 2 of them here that makes pretty good tomatoes. Last year they did a really good job. But I built these out of concrete blocks, and I built the first one because it was COVID was going strong, and you guys remember how lumber went crazy. These lumber manufacturers, it's these the manufacturers of the lumber that went crazy and started jacking the price up. And it got so that these concrete blocks was cheaper than lumber of any kind. So I built the first one, and I built them out of concrete blocks. And so they're not cemented together. They are just stacked up there, and they work pretty good. I've had to fix the wall on one of them. I think it was this one down here last year. But for the most part, they do a good job of holding the dirt, and they make tomatoes. But I use a soaker hoses in here to water with, and that does a lot better job than I found. I mean, I used to just take a water hose and flood it, but then you're out here for all the whole time squirting water and got other things to do. So then I started these soaker hoses, and boy, they do a good job. You can lay them right in there next to the plant, turn the water on, and go do something else, and you come back in a few minutes and everything is watered. So I like that real well, and that's what I do is use the soaker hoses. But I go 2 different kinds of tomatoes. These over here are beefsteak tomatoes, and these over here are Better Boys. Now, I had the Better Boys over here last year and the beefsteaks over there, and I thought I'd swap them this year. Peppers I put bell peppers in on the ends down here, and they do a pretty good job. It makes these some of these plants they're starting to grow pretty good, and you know, it's they've all got peppers on them. Yeah, I'm about to do something with that one. They're getting ripe, and so I put an old bathtub here that I keep some peppers in. But today I'm dealing with something I've had a lot of rain this year, And I made this wooden trellis thing sitting up here. I just had some scrap lumber and I set it up. It looks kind of bad, but you know, it keeps the tomato plants from falling over. I start them out in cages. You can see that cage there. And that works pretty good when they're little, but when they start getting big, it don't take much of a wind to blow them suckers over. So I put just a wooden trellis up here to hold them. Don't look good, but it's in the backyard, don't matter. These over here I ain't put a trellis up in, but they need it. You can see these limbs here are really going crazy, so I need to put something up there. But what else I'm dealing with here is what I can understand is a fungus, and they don't have any kind of insects on them, no mites, spiders, or anything like that. But the leaves are dying out on me in places, and these better boys should bush up just as well as these beefsteaks, and they're not doing it. The leaves are dying off on me. So I have some fungicide that I'm going to spray on them today, and I'm going to take it down to the garden. I think I got some down there on the squash. It's got some fungus in it. But yeah, I'm going to try to get that done here in a minute and get some fungicide on these plants. I got a little bit of that going on over here also. So I need to do all of my plants with a fungicide. And we're going to do that here right now. Now we just use a 3-gallon pump up sprayer. Nothing fancy, but you know, I built. But we're going to try this to see if this will eliminate some of this. I never had this before. Never had this issue, but I think it's because it's been so wet this year that it's created a fungus problem. All right, got the fungicide all on them. I definitely need to get a trellis or something to hold these plants up on these. They're getting big enough, they're going to create a problem if I don't. So that's got to happen. But the electric fence is the same brand as what I got on the garden. Half as small, because you know, you ain't got a very big fence. But it's still, I've used this on the garden when I sent that one off for repair, and it did a good job. Of course, I think once you get them deer trained, well, they don't come back as often. But it's just a 4-strand electric fence. It's made out of electric fence wire that I just put up here, and it keeps the deer out, that's for sure. So you know, electric fence is pretty good. Yeah, could a deer jump? Not really. A deer wouldn't jump over this because they gotta have a place to land, and you know, they got a great garden over there to land on, so that ain't gonna work very good for them. And they don't own a real place is back over in that corner, and they ain't smart enough to figure that out, I don't guess. I do have to keep it weed eated, and I usually put some weed killer underneath this thing so it doesn't grow up so bad, and where I can't mow, so I don't have to weed it as much. And it's needing another round of it right now. I did one in the spring, but it's played out, and you can see the grass starting to come up, so I need to do another round of weed killer before long. And electric fence does a good job. I like it. It does real well. But I'm gonna say that's it.